There are only a select few superhero movies from the MCU, the DCU, and other franchises that stand out as fast-paced enough to keep their audiences on the edge of their seats. The movies of the MCU have helped to establish the superhero genre as one of the biggest and most successful in modern cinema. This success did not spring up overnight, with the genre steadily evolving over decades to become the behemoth it is today. However, not all superhero movies are as well received as others, as proven by some of the movies of the DCU, and other less popular entries into the genre. The best superhero movies are those that employ relentlessly entertaining stories, keeping their audiences transfixed from start to finish. Comic book movies that can achieve that sort of action-packed entertainment value throughout their run are often the most popular, with the most fast-paced keeping audiences on the very edge of their respective seats. 10. Thor Ragnarok, 2017. Thor Ragnarok might not be the most important movie in terms of the franchise's wider narrative, but it's a pivotal part of Thor's MCU story. Following Thor as he employs the help of Hulk, Valkyrie, and Loki in order to fight his sister Hela and reclaim the throne of Asgard, Ragnarok is often cited as one of the best movies of the MCU's Infinity Saga. It's also a tightly paced and thoroughly entertaining movie from beginning to end. Though the more comedic tone employed by Thor Ragnarok was somewhat divisive, the movie itself remains a well-written story for the MCU's God of Thunder. Its opening scenes pay off previous teases involving Loki's survival, then establish Hela as its villain, all before launching into its action, which features multiple heroes, impressive set pieces, and comedic scenes. From start to finish, Thor Ragnarok is a movie packed with entertainment value, all of which unfolds at breakneck speed. 09. Guardians of the Galaxy, 2014. In the movie timeline of the MCU, Guardians of the Galaxy followed two largely unpopular films and one of the franchise's best efforts, setting a difficult task for the 2014 movie. The film introduced a lesser-known team from Marvel Comics, taking the franchise on a full cosmic sci-fi adventure. Though these elements might have seemed a risk before release, Guardians of the Galaxy proved to be massively popular with fans of the franchise. What turned out to be the first movie in James Gunn's MCU trilogy is a fast-paced affair, packing in the origins of its 5 heroes and establishing 3 major villains all at once. Considering its lack of tangible connections to previous MCU projects, Guardians of the Galaxy had a huge task to complete, all of which it did in a packed 122-minute runtime. The resulting movie is a hugely entertaining watch, and remains consistently popular more than a decade after its release. 08. Batman, 1989. 1989 saw Tim Burton change the landscape of modern superhero movies forever with the release of Batman. Starring Michael Keaton as the Dark Knight, Batman employed a gothic approach to adapting its eponymous character, pitting him against Jack Nicholson's Joker in a visually striking iteration of Gotham City. The movie's runtime of 126 minutes simply flies by, thanks in no small part to the performances of its cast. Keaton's Batman and Nicholson's Joker are truly hypnotic in their screen presence, introducing the pair to a whole new generation in live action. The movie's use of lighthearted moments even among its darkest developments helps to keep Batman's story progressing, upping the entertainment factor in the process. It's a movie that was able to introduce its hero and villain as well as establish a whole mythos for them to exist in alongside telling its own narrative, all in a relatively short runtime. 07. The Avengers, 2012. 2012 saw the MCU change the landscape of the superhero genre forever with the release of The Avengers, introducing the superhero team into live action for the first time. The movie paid off teases from previous films, bringing back 6 previously established heroes and assembling them into Earth's first line of defense in the MCU. It was the first superhero movie to really embrace a shared universe setting, establishing a winning formula that has brought the MCU massive success ever since. Despite a runtime of 143 minutes, The Avengers is one of the MCU's fastest-paced movies. From its early scenes depicting the recruitment of different heroes to its final triumphant moments, The Avengers takes its audience on a non-stop thrill ride through the MCU, featuring an action-packed story and several unforgettable set pieces. The movie did more than just entertain its audience. It highlighted the huge potential of the MCU in terms of its approach to its shared universe. 06. Captain America: The Winter Soldier, 2014. Widely considered the best individual movie in the MCU, Captain America: The Winter Soldier helped to solidify the cinematic potential of the superhero genre. Steve Rogers' solo sequel explored his adjustment to life in the 21st century, while also pitting him against his old foes Hydra and teaming him up with Falcon and Black Widow. As well as being an important chapter in Captain America's MCU story, The Winter Soldier is an incredibly fast-paced and massively enjoyable movie. There are very few MCU movies as action-packed as The Winter Soldier. From its early scenes until the final credits, Captain America: The Winter Soldier does not disappoint, delivering hard-hitting action sequences that combine action movie charm with the familiarity of the Marvel Universe. It's a delicate blend of action and drama wrapped up in a Marvel spy thriller that truly entertains every step of the way. 05. Deadpool 2, 2018. Ryan Reynolds' turn as Deadpool has seen the actor hailed as one of the best castings in the history of Marvel movies. His unique ability to bring the wisecracking merc with a mouth to life in live action was first proven in 2016's Deadpool after the character's disappointing big-screen debut in X-Men Origins: Wolverine, ahead of his eventual MCU appearance in 2024. However, it's the 2018 sequel, Deadpool 2, that serves as the character's fastest-paced outing. Deadpool 2 edges out its predecessor for the sole reason that it lacks the need for flashback scenes to establish Deadpool's backstory. The first movie explored the character's origins as well as his anti-hero story, but the sequel dived straight into foul-mouthed action spectacle from the very beginning. With an established winning formula and a perfectly cast hero, Deadpool 2 is an endlessly entertaining superhero movie. 04. The Dark Knight, 2008. Christopher Nolan's Dark Knight trilogy is often cited as one of the best superhero franchises in history, and 2008's The Dark Knight is by far its best movie. Nolan's Batman sequel picked up where Batman Begins' Joker tease left off, establishing Heath Ledger's version of the iconic villain in its opening bank robbery scene. Despite a runtime of 152 minutes, The Dark Knight breezes by thanks to being one of the best-written movies in the genre. The Dark Knight isn't all action, but its exploration of deeper themes and important character moments makes it feel fast-paced. Its story is one that doesn't let up for a moment, with developments constantly occurring, bringing the crime-ridden city of Gotham to life in astonishingly realistic fashion. The Dark Knight is a movie that remains well-loved for many reasons, not least of which being its ability to keep audiences on the edge of their seats. 03. Spider-Man: Across the Spider-Verse, 2023. Another superhero movie sequel that is fast-paced and utterly exceptional is Spider-Man: Across the Spider-Verse. 02. Avengers: Infinity War, 2018. Though it may not feature as many iconic moments as its immediate sequel, Endgame, Avengers: Infinity War is arguably the MCU's fastest-paced movie. The first half of the epic conclusion to the MCU's Infinity Saga saw an incredibly ambitious roster of heroes unite against Thanos, as the Mad Titan attempts to execute his plan to eradicate half of all life in the universe. In its 149-minute runtime, Avengers: Infinity War undertakes an absolutely mammoth task. The result is a movie that simply does not let up for so much as a moment. The action is practically non-stop, jumping from conflict to conflict as the heroes of the Marvel Universe desperately battle to stop Thanos. Infinity War delivers the most robust live-action Marvel crossover to date, while also serving up some of the MCU's most emotionally powerful moments, all in the space of a runtime that seems remarkably short considering the movie's content. 01. Dredd, 2012. Judge Dredd may not be a